Hey, welcome back to the Baco Motorsports Power Hour. I'm Mike Griffith. We are in the Bakersfield Speedway segment. We've got Scott Schweitzer in. How you doing, Scott?
Good, Mike. Glad to be here. I know I took a week off, so had
you
Aaron in.
but that's okay. Aaron Knight's coming in.
Yeah, Aaron does a good job, so I got to thank him for that.
Aaron knows what's going on out there at the dirt track, and he pays attention, and that's good. So we've got a guest on the phone.
Yeah, we was able to line up Carter. I know I've been getting a ton of phone calls and messages and everything, and lucky enough, we were able to get a hold of him.
And as a backdrop, we've got Carter Cherry on the phone, 14-year-old mini stock driver who was at the apex of 1 and 2 Saturday night at Bakersfield Speedway, and the car made a hard right, went into the outside wall, went straight into it, and suffered a broken leg. Carter, how are you doing? Whoa, we got a little feedback there. Carter? Hey, how are you doing, Carter? I'm Mike Griffith. We've got Scott Schweitzer in here.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So how are you doing? You had to spend a couple nights in the hospital, a little surgery, had to put a plate in your leg, so I'm assuming it's a tibia fracture. Is that correct?
Yeah, I broke my tibia and my fibia and shattered my growth plate.
Ooh, shattering the growth plate, not a good deal. So they had to go in there, put a couple plates in, and you had to spend a couple, 3 nights in the hospital. That's no fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember what happened? What caused that car to turn to the right like it did?
I'm pretty sure that my right axle broke, and I had no control of it.
Yeah, because I remember I caught it out of the corner of my eye. I was watching, and that car just snapped, hard right as basically as a hard of right a turn as I've seen a car make.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, you put your window net down right away, but that kind of is a emotion that you're okay, but no doubt you were hurt. I also understand you kind of had a bloody nose as well.
Yeah, I hit my head on the steering wheel, my face.
Yeah. You had those belts snug down, or they were a little too loose there?
They were tight. It's just my steering wheel, it pushed up and went sideways, so it was right next to my head.
Because of the impact, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Carter's he's been coming along so good lately. We've been talking about it after the recap on the Facebook page. He's just been getting faster and faster, and we hated to see this happen. And during the race, I watched turn 3 and 4, so I didn't even see it. I just heard the call go on the radio that they immediately went red, so I knew it was something tough. And but it's good to hear that Carter's doing well, and hopefully this injury, he'll recover, have a speedy recovery, and we can see him out at the Speedway soon. Yeah,
I've actually got the tail end of it on video. I didn't put it up, and my laptop's at home, but maybe I'll load it up tonight. But it's actually just as you hit the wall, Carter, because I was looking the other way and I threw the camera over there, but you can see Carter hitting the wall and bouncing off hard, and the sparks coming out underneath the car. So how long are you going to be laid up for now, Carter? What did they say?
I have like 2 to 3 months in the cast, and hopefully I'll make it for the last race.
2 to 3 months in a cast, and hope to get out there. Do you have to get a new car?
Yes, my car is totaled.
Yeah. So you, I guess the good thing is you want to get back into it. No fear of getting back into the car then.
Yeah, I want to get back into the car.
Yeah.
True racer right there. He takes a hard shot and knows when he's ready to get back in it. So we're looking forward to it, Carter. Can't wait to have you back out at the Speedway.
And what high school do you go to?
Frontier High School.
Frontier? And what year are you going to be this year?
This will be my first year as a freshman.
Frontier as a freshman.
Wow.
You'll be lugging books around in a backpack and going around on crutches. I've been there. I broke a tib-fib playing hockey a long time ago, 20-plus years ago, and you learn to get around on those crutches pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll get frustrated with them, but remember, they are your friends now for a while. So I'm sorry to hear about it, but glad you're doing okay and in good spirits and ready to get back out there in a race car.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for calling in, and we'll look forward to seeing you back on the track in a couple months maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Carter.
Thanks, Carter. We'll see you soon.
All right. See you soon.
So Yeah, tough kid there.
Absolutely, and like I said, I mean, he takes a horrendous shot like that and has a tough injury, but he's already thinking about when he can come back. So,
Yeah, so that's a good attitude. Think
true
about
racer,
getting a new
yeah,
car.
right there. So we're looking forward to it. Him and his brother have been supporting the Speedway this year, and happy to have him, and look forward to getting the other half back out there. So
Been doing well, so good for him. So now to return to the regularly scheduled portion of the program, we had the second half of the Motor City Throwdown Sport Mods were out there, and some 3-wide action early on, but this was pretty much a track that ended up being the low side was the fast side around, and once it hit high side almost good enough, but not quite or not enough time.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty good race though, where you had Chris McKellar, second straight win for Chris, and he said in victory lane, "This is why we're here." And then Chad Reichenbach, who won on Friday night at KCRP, finished second and tried to make that high side work and almost did.
yeah, it takes a couple of guys, a few cars, I should say, to get up there and blow that dust and the marbles off. We did, we took a little bit of time waiting for another ambulance to come back. Hindsight, I should have watered the track, just spritzed it a little bit.
But
When
we
the
didn't know we had to wait.
Yeah, I didn't know
because
what-
after Carter's accident, there was a 30-minute delay.
Yeah, there was a delay, and if we don't use the track, I mean, the way it naturally cycles a dirt track, it just crusted over on the top. And like I said, no, if I would have known that we were going to have that delay, we could have sprinkled it and ran it in with the mini stocks. But anyway, it was still a great race and good way to cap off round 1 of the United Series, and looking forward to round 2. Car counts weren't what we were expecting at both places, but a lot of people there was a big race up north, but the next one, I think it's the 18th and 19th of August. We've already got a lot of people talking about it and going to see some new faces. So.
I think maybe this is the first time it came out. It's kind of promoted on as we do these days. It's basically Facebook. Social media gets the word out. And it's the first one everybody kind of goes, I don't know, what is it? Can I get off? Do I want to go? But like Clinton Reichenbach, he had never been to KCRP before. His first trip there, he wins. That's a good payday. Finishes second, gets a $500 bonus. So I think Clint's pretty happy. But he did mention it's kind of hard to get off on that Friday night, but he had a good weekend, so makes it
it
worth
is tough. I mean, that's the tough part of racing Fridays. But I got to thank John Petrie of Motor City stepping up and putting this all together and putting the money out there. And he's willing to do 2 of them. So that was the good part, going in, knowing that the first one, if we had some people timid, some racers not wanting to do it, we would have another one that these first 13 guys are going to say, yeah, we got paid and it was an awesome deal. So we know we'll get more for the next one, and it'll be a good deal.
There you go. Chris McKellar, Clint Reichenbach, Joey Dominguez, Jason Nation, and Matt Mayo. Let's go on to the next ones quickly because we've got a ton of racing to get through here. Tom, it takes fuel to run a race car.
It's a cool photo.
Yeah, you put it in there because it takes that. And then I think this is the IMCA modified race here that we're 3 and 4 wide at times, 2 wide. Another good race out there. Troy Folger in the 49 been coming down supporting you all year. Finally gets to the victory circle, and that is a picture of elation. He was a happy camper there. Held off Cody Laney for the win. Ethan Dotson tried to make that high side work and fell back to 3rd, but he gave it a good run. Robbie Sawyer, a strong run in 4th, and Brad Pounds in the Terry Henry's car. Finished 5th place, a pretty good race there.
Yeah, really happy to see Troy Folgers win. I mean, he comes from way up by Santa Cruz, so it's a heck of a drive to come down here, and I appreciate that effort. And he finally got a modified win at Bakersfield, so he was definitely happy.
He's a happy camper there.
Yeah.
And once again, no more shot there. Probably checking the lug nuts there in the IMCA modified race, which started off, and this is right after the mini stock delay. They finish a race in first lap, first turn. You see this, go ahead to the next slide. It gets better, and it took tow trucks to get these cars off and wiped out basically half the field, only about 10 cars anyways. So cut this to a 10-lap race. It should be because there's some good cars. A little bit of car, I don't think a ton of damage, but enough to put everybody out of the race.
Really an unfortunate way to get the race started, but lost some good cars right there, but it was good to see Troy Petit back in the winner's circle.
But Troy Petit back in the winner's circle, Alan Menendez. And Troy was pretty honest. He says, it's a shame everybody, that first lap incident. Nobody wants to see it.
No, absolutely
you want as many cars out there as you can competing. So, and Chad Johnson, the 111 car, was kind of in that too, but managed to finish third in that race. And so then we had pro mods as well out there running, and Clay Daly in the 11M car won Friday night, won Saturday night. He's got a big smile on his face because he had a good weekend.
He had a great weekend of racing, Clay did.
Yeah, Doug Thornton, another strong run for him. Brady Bell, a pair of third-place finishes. Justin Crockett up there, and Tom Smith in that. And continue on, and here is Carter Cherry with the unfortunate encounter with the wall, which does not move.
Right.
And went on to the race. And this is a race Misty Warren hadn't won in quite a while in the 123W car. She comes on there. She gets the win in mini stocks. Gives her a little, edges out a little ahead of Lonnie Spiller, had been coming on, and she's very happy because it's a tight points race.
It was. And the car that surprised me was Tina Bell. I didn't even know she was in a mini stock, and she jumped in a mini stock and was right there battling with them. But, yeah, great win for Misty.
And then I don't have this is American Stock Slide. Tyler Johnson, Cody Johnson, Brian Childers, Gary Spiller, and Mark Torres in American stocks there. And now we have with the American stock photos. And then we have something else. Go ahead and run through these photos, if you will. That's Ethan Dotson was actually running the 74 car and did well, and then had a mechanical issue.
Yeah, had a lower A-arm or something come apart. But, yeah, Miranda's been fighting the car and just wanted Ethan to jump in it and drive it and tell him what's wrong with it. So they put the right guy in there to figure it out because Ethan's definitely a shoe.
And mini dwarfs, Kennedy Cotton, Jacob Carey, Tyler Blankenship, Brody Grant, and Mason Ratcliffe in the senior mini dwarfs. And here we are with water. Tom had this, so I put it up there.
Tom was active this weekend.
And this is just to show you what's coming up this month. Hot August nights, you can take the tops off of the cars.
Absolutely. It was a tradition that was at the Speedway before I took over, and we kind of keep it going. It's kind of a cool view for the fans and the racers, give them the month of August where they can remove the roofs off the car and let the fans see what it's really like going on inside the car.
That was Kyle Wood in the 21 car with his top off. Race Saver Sprints, Hobby Stocks, Mini Stocks, Mod Lights, NMRA 3/4 midgets. Saturday, second star to the right. Charity night, 7 o'clock out there. And August 12th, you'll be back with the IMCA Modifieds and Ronald Raising for Ronald night. So some big weekends coming up.
Yeah, two real big weekends. And real fast on the this Saturday, there's an autograph session from 5 to 6. You'll meet all the up front. You'll meet all the Race Saver sprint car drivers. They're going to be up there signing autographs for second star to the right and have a sprint car up there that people can get an up-close view of it.
So, yeah, get out there, do that, raise a little money for a good charity. And we'll be back next week with another segment on Bakersfield Speedway. We'll be back in a minute with the Auto Club Formosa Raceway segment.